Hello everyone, this is Maria from MLB Reborns. I am getting ready to varnish this baby. Her mommy lives here in Fresno as well, and I sold baby Tate to her a while back, and she requested that I varnish this baby for her. This is Paige. That is the name of her kit, and she is available from Bountiful Baby. And as you can see, she is super smooth right now, so I'm going to give her a little texture by varnishing her with some matte varnish. And I'm going to mix it with some paint thinner, and I use the Mona Lisa. So I am getting ready to do that, and I'm also going to, I don't know if you can tell, but she only has eyelashes on this eye. So I'm going to remove her upper eyelashes, and then I'm going to root eyelashes on her. So let's see if we can remove these lashes, and they came off pretty easily. So I can tell she has a little bit of glue on her eye, so I will go over her eye with a little bit of soap and water and see if I can get that glue residue off of her. And so here she is. I hope you can see her okay. Isn't she adorable? And like I said, she's Paige, and she's super cute. So I also have her limbs, and I don't know who her artist is, but here are her baby feet and her legs, and then I love her hand. She has an open hand and a fist. So that is really cute. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to mix some paint thinner with the matte varnish, and I don't need a lot. She's a small kit, so let me go ahead and pick up the cap. And she's a small kid, so it won't take very much varnish, and I might have put in too much paint thinner. I'll just put in a good amount of varnish. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm at a weird angle, so I really can't see what the camera is picking up. And so I'm putting about that much in there, and I'm going to mix it. And I want the consistency of like a heavy cream consistency for this. And there we go. And my brush has a little bit of green in it, so that won't affect the color of the kit whatsoever. And I think it looks good. And once I apply the varnish, I will go ahead and let it completely dry and bake for 12 minutes at 265, and cool it, and then bake it again for another 12 minutes. And whenever you are varnishing a kit, you want to remember that once you apply the layer of varnish, you want to work pretty quickly so that the varnish won't have time to dry on the kit, because if it does dry, it gets really chalky and it turns white if you keep pouncing it. So keep that in mind if you ever apply varnish to your baby. And usually I do the last layer of paint with the varnish in it. But like I said, I am not the artist of this baby. I'm just going to be varnishing it. So let's go ahead and get started. So yeah, I hope all of you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Mine was pretty awesome. My family came over. I have my mom and dad who are still living, and I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters. My brother, he is my little brother. He passed away 5 years ago, and but I still count him. I know he's in heaven, and someday I will see him again. So he may not be here physically, but he is here in spirit, and I miss him very much. So the holidays are kind of hard, but this year I must say it went pretty well. And I'm sorry if I'm going out of camera range here. And when I apply this, I try not to get any on the eyeballs. So I go around the eyes carefully, making sure I get the vinyl, but not the eyes. And like I said, we have to work pretty quick so that the varnish doesn't start to dry. And then we want to pounce it. And you want to work pretty quick. Once you apply the varnish, you have a window of opportunity to get it all pounced and get into all the creases. And I go back with a brush to make sure I get all of the areas, the creases and everything. So anyway, back to my Thanksgiving. It was really nice, and my brother and his wife are expecting a second child, and so she is in her she's still in her first trimester, and she has had a few miscarriages. So we're hoping and praying really hard that she's able to carry this baby to full term. And if so, I will be an aunt for the 3rd time. I have a 21-year-old nephew and a 4-year-old niece, and they are both by the same, by my brother. My sisters do not have children yet, and my little brother, like I said, he passed away at 32, so he didn't have any children either. Okay, so let's see. Now I take a dry brush and I go over the areas where there are creases, just to make sure that there is no pooling of varnish, because that would be bad. Go inside her nostrils and all of the creases. I love this baby's mouth. Isn't that adorable? She has a cute little chin too. Oh, she's a cutie. And when I saw her mommy, I think I gave her the wrong kid name. When I saw Paige, I thought she was Josie. But Josie, I believe they're from the same artist, but Josie has her eyes closed, and Paige has her eyes open. I don't know if they're twins or not. I don't think they are, but they look very similar, at least to me they do. And I think she's good. So that's all it takes. And the varnish will just give it an extra layer of protection, and it gives it a textured feel that some people really like. I like it because it just makes me think that the paint is more protected when it's varnished. They say that the heat set paints, if cured correctly, do not fade and do not flake or rub off, and they shouldn't, but I think that extra layer of varnish protection is not a bad thing. So I varnish all my babies, and every so often I varnish babies by artists that didn't do it. And I think her head is good. What do you guys think? I think I got all her spots. Let me inspect her really quick. There's this little spot right there. And once she dries, I will go over the kit again just to make sure. But I think she looks good. And I think she tips over. I think I tried to stand her head up earlier and she tipped over on me, so let me see if I think she tips over forward. So I'm going to stand her head up like so. Don't fall, baby. And just stand her right there. And I'm gonna move on to her limbs. And she does have tipped nails. Let's see how her vinyl is starting to look a little shiny. That's another reason why varnishing is a good idea, because I think it keeps the shine away. So I will do her foot first, and like so, and then go over the foot with the cosmetic wedge into the bottom of her foot. I really hope I'm staying in frame here. I am not the best video maker. I get just so engrossed in what I'm doing that I don't pay attention to how the camera is filming. So I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. I really need to get a tripod. Bottom line, I need to get a tripod so that I can see what I'm doing. And I did clean this off before I started, but I can feel a little bit of the glass beads. I think they keep slipping out of it, and I can feel it. So, what have I been up to lately? Can you tell I don't plan these things out very well? Well, I can tell you, I woke up one day and realized that I had been bitten by something during the night, and it was either a mosquito or a bug or a spider, don't know, but I had welts running up and down my arm, and I had one on my back, and I had four on one arm and 2 on another. 4 on my left arm and 2 on my right arm. And so I changed my sheets and I looked in the mattress, make sure that I didn't see anything, and I was confident. I washed all my blankets, and I got bit again a few days later. And so my left arm had 4 plus 5, a total of 9 bug bites. And it was all on my upper arm, but it was so painful and itchy and warm to the touch, so I think I had a little infection going. And of course, I'm Hispanic, so we put off going to the doctor until we're at our deathbed. And sometimes I amaze myself at the fact that I'm still alive, because I had some really close calls when I was younger. But so this time, of course, I didn't go to the doctor and I just let it take its course. But let me tell you, I was miserable for almost 2 weeks. And I bought Neosporin, and I bought, let me do an arm so you guys can see it. And I bought Benadryl. I took Benadryl, I used Neosporin, and I used some hydrocortisone, and I wore long sleeves to deter me from scratching all the time. I mean, as much as it hurt, it itched. So I was not happy with my situation. It was just so uncomfortable. And then, so that took a couple weeks for me to recover from that. And then last week, I think it was Friday night, today is Monday. Friday night, I went shopping for some supplies I needed, and I twisted my ankle. So I have been nursing that back to health. I can hardly walk, and I had to go to work today, so it just hurts to walk. And because I'm overcompensating on my right leg, my calf is now killing me. So it's not a pretty sight watching me trying to get from point A to point B. Okay, so there's her hand. She has such a cute hand. And so that's done. And there goes the feeling of sandy feel. It's the glass beads. She still has some residue inside. So I think that's what's transferring to my hand and then back onto the vinyl. So I hope and pray that my ankle gets better soon, because I have to walk. I don't want to have to use crutches or a walking boot or anything. I won't go to the doctor unless I absolutely have to. But it hurts. It hurts to walk. And I have a high tolerance for pain, but not being able to put any weight on my foot hurts. And it's very aggravating because I am busy. I have a lot to do. So I need to be able to walk. Thank goodness I have a desk job. Otherwise I'd be in trouble. Okay. All right. The arm is done. So I will go ahead and end this video. Thank you for listening to my little chit chat. I didn't plan on this. I knew I was going to make a video, but I was just going to put music behind it. And then I found myself with no company in the living room, which is just over there. My husband is in his man cave, and my daughters are doing homework upstairs. So since I had the time, I decided I would just talk to you guys about nothing. And it looks like I've succeeded. And I will do the other limbs off camera. So thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye.